Oh, I do.
Hold on.
I know I do.
Hold on. Are you saying yourself? You saying you the nagger?
No.
Who's the nagger here? Who's the nagger? Because I'm a little confused at your
Are
answer.
you tired of a nagger?
Whoa. Watch your vowel sounds. Watch your vowel sounds, man. Or are you tired of being nagged? Stay tuned today. Because listen, both our hands going up. We're gonna try to get a solution today. So if you're tired of men, I know it's typically us. We get nagged a lot. Men get nagged a lot.
Well,
and women typically do the nagging.
household because
We're gonna
anyway.
we're gonna talk about it. So stay tuned today. Don't go anywhere. We're talking about it. And so officially, welcome to the Laugh, Learn, Love podcast with Mr. and Mrs. Mr. I am your host, Mr. aka Jeffrey Mr. And right beside me is my wife of almost 15 years, 2 kids, and a lot of yams.
Mrs. Mr. aka Data Mr. And together we are
the
Misters.
Yeah. We believe every episode, every season of life, especially marriage, you need to laugh, learn, and love. So we thank you. If it's your first time watching, where have you been? We want to take a moment right now. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, share with somebody else who may be a nagger. Tag your nagger. Your nagger spouse. Don't tell them nothing about it. I want to watch something. I want to listen to this with you.
And welcome to the MF, the Mr. Fam.
Yeah, you're part of the MF. You're part of the MFs right there. You are our MFs. We call you affectionately our MFs, and we call them that's our Mr. Fam.
Yes.
So today we talking about nagging. We talking about nagging. That's something too. That's a little bit that just does something. What does nagging do to you? Then? What does nagging do to you?
When I'm being nag, it don't sit well with me at all. It's like, okay, I didn't come into having another parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, because your parent, growing up, your parents used to nag you, right? Don't go to bed. Don't go to bed with, with dishes in the sink, make sure the house clean, make sure you get grades and all. They nagged you. And so when you find your companion, the last thing you want is somebody to nag you all the time.
Are you doing what you're supposed to do though? That's the question. Do you think people have to nag you if you're doing what you're supposed to do?
Y'all don't get on my nerves. It is first of all, it's time for Jill to start back traveling.
Listen.
Yes.
I'm the first thing smoking. I don't care.
Ain't that when y'all open back up the doors? It is time for him to go back.
I'm riding a Greyhound. I'm riding a live dog. I'm riding a live dog. I'm riding a bus. I don't need air conditioning to travel at this point. And so
the Bible said I'd rather be on the rooftop.
It said with a wife. It said with a. You better go back and read that. No, that is not what it said.
I know it said that.
That is not what it said.
They missed the memo. Anyway,
that is exactly what it said.
Before we get started, bro.
Oh, it's already on 10 in here because this is the truth. And a lot of people, like y'all, have hit us too. Like, what do we do about this nagging person with me?
And you know what? It probably has gone up even more due to
tremendously.
COVID. Because let me tell y'all something.
Stuck in the house with a joker like this.
Lord. Jesus be a fix. I'm grateful. It probably would be even worse for us if I had to work from home. But I'm grateful that
let me tell you something. Can I get something about this real quick? Who works from home? The time she does work from home is on their part. Girl, I
take care of business. I'm like, I think this, but I do go into the office, and so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and then I work on Saturdays.
You sound like you.
But my thing is,
can you accept responsibility that you do that? Though? Can you say on live right now?
Okay, but hold on, but check this out though. Hold on. Sure. I set up an office. At work, a space. Office. We don't got no room for the office. But I set up a space in our room. I got him a desk. I got him a chair. All of a sudden, you know what he had the nerve to tell me? Oh, ain't no sunshine in there. I said, well, we got 1, 2, 3 windows in our room. You could just open the block. Well, the sun don't set over there. The sun don't. And so I'm just like, but you could go into your room. But anyway.
So
yes, but we're gonna move forward.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move forward. This episode gonna be over before we get started. All right, so let's go ahead and say, because I think we kind of set the precedent right here. So you need to, before we start this, because this is a volunteer episode. This episode, our goal is to get people together, not tear them apart. So this episode I want to put a warning sticker on this. This can tear you apart if you don't go with this place. So I want you to agree to something before we go to
this
place.
episode helped me today.
Oh, I pray this episode helps me as well today. Oh, so why you looking sarcastic? Why are you looking sarcastic?
No, I'm not looking sarcastic.
You looking sarcastic?
Okay.
So,
anyway.
So every episode we like to laugh on the love. And before this goes, let me say this one thing before this, right? So look at your spouse. If you're with somebody, if you're single, you may argue with yourself. That's fine. You can't leave yourself. Yeah. So look at the person, like you just said, I want to go and say, look, I hope this episode helps me. Because typically people come and like, you need to listen to this. And it might be true. But we're going to focus on ourselves today.
Let's focus on ourselves.
Whoa, that's hard. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. So
it's so easy to look at the other people.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Wow. Mm-hmm. Hey, Lynn, go ahead. The Lord can move in here. I tell you, he can. Why you shake your head up? So let's get started.
Let's go to the loud portion. My favorite part. Yes.
Yes. So this is what we did a couple weeks ago. We did the Mr. 13. Pew, 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 and we haven't done the Mr. 13. So we pick questions and we'll see. We have to respond with our first. Let me get a pick a square on this. You got to respond with your first thought. Mm-hmm. Now don't give me your no church answer, nothing you have right here. Give me the real thing. So who going first?
Yeah, I go first. I ask you questions first.
All right, I'm ready. Put me on the.
Okay.
Put the mic.
Okay.
I don't make it hot.
It's time for the Mr. 13.
Pew, 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 pew. You're supposed to make it.
What are you giving?
That's the shots.
Okay.
That's the Mr. 13 shots.
3, 2, 1. What's your favorite word?
My favorite word, yams. Yams. Oh, yams.
Okay, make sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. I was actually going to say the devil is busy, but I guess
that's my second. I think 1A, 1B. 1B, the devil is busy.
So that'd be favorite words. Yeah. Okay.
Word.
What was your first job?
My first job was a newspaper boy. I was 10 years old, slanging newspapers. Taught me to hustle.
What's the first career you dreamed of having as a kid?
I wanted to be a rapper. I came with a CD. Yep, that's how I got you. Then you was like, I'm gonna be with a rapper in here. I was a rapper for real.
No.
The CD was 2 pieces and a biscuit. Go back and Google, look it up. I need to put it on like Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal. Right.
What is your most used emoji?
My most used emoji, the laughing one with like the little side tear. I use that.
Oh, okay. You know what they said now that those emojis, and I know I'm getting off subject, but they said that emoji now is more obsolete now. The laughing emoji with the side tear, they said is not as cool anymore.
Well, it's cool to me.
They say it's better for you to just go ahead and write laugh out loud or do the dead symbol. Something.
I'm not dead.
Just letting you know.
I'm live.
Okay. If you could win an Olympic medal for any sport, real or fake, what would it be?
In a sport, real or fake? Mm-hmm. I would say comedy. I think we need to do a comedy Olympics. I think I will hopefully. I'm trying to get there. I'm pushing every week, every day. I'm coming, baby. Comedy. I said stand-up comedy. Yeah, go.
Okay. If you could change your name, what would it be?
Stone and Stone. I think that's so dope. Stone and Stone.
You tried to name myself.
Stone and Stone is dope. That's so dope. Stone and Stone. Like you said.
What was your favorite subject at school?
Math, reading, all that. Science. Who does science? It's math that counts.
What's your hidden talent?
My hidden talent? Stroke. I don't know. Hidden talent. Let me see. I don't mind. I be putting them out there.
Yeah.
I don't have one.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
If you had to eat one thing for every meal going forward, what would you eat?
One thing for every meal. I would say avocados. I love avocados now. Why y'all didn't put me on avocados a long time ago? I love avocados. You can make everything. You can put avocado in a person. If someone
were to play you in a movie, who would you want it to be?
I would have to. If somebody played me in a movie, I would say I would want.
Justice Smollett.
You got jokes. She said Juicy Smollett. No, he's pretty good actor. I would say the guy from Black Lightning, who plays Khalil. I put him as well.
Oh, okay.
I just picked because I just want
Okay, probably most people don't know who it is. And you could spend a day in someone else's shoes, who would they be and why?
I would put myself in heck no. Listen, if I would run, I'm gonna say this for this point. If I was in your shoes, later, I would be, well, first of all, I wouldn't even feel right exactly about it, because I'm a man. But what I'm saying is, I would have to pick Peter, who's rolling with Jesus, who cut that person's ears off. I wonder how that felt like to cut somebody's ear, like stare up there, like, yeah, your ears off. And Jesus look at you like, Peter, I'm like, Jesus, you saw me with the sword before that you knew.
Okay, all right. Okay. What's one thing your mother, father taught you that completely changed your life?
It taught me, they inadvertently taught me to save. I mean, my dad used to get the fingerhood books and be like, man, you can get this VCR for 19 straight payments of $8.96. I was like, that don't add up right. That's why math is my favorite subject. So inadvertently taught me to save money.
Okay. That's it? Inadvertently, okay. And what was something you done that made you feel extremely happy?
Oh, I remember that time. We was in Nashville, I think. And then like both of us, we was in there, we getting the yams, and then both of us had made it to the moment at the same time. And that's when we was on birth control at that time. It's one of those moments. Magical. I remember it was like 3, 2, and everybody was like, blast off.
That's your, wait a minute.
It's a magical moment to me.
That was your extreme happiness moment. Yeah, so it wasn't getting married to me. It wasn't getting having your kids or anything like that. Okay.
Kids, I mean.
Anyway, go ahead. You know, I can't.
I'm still trying to get this.
Go ahead.
All right, so I survived the Mr. 13. Pew, 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 pew. Okay, my turn for you. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. All right. Here we go. Scale of 1 to 10. How good of a cook are you?
9. 9 being good, really good?
Yeah,
9.
All right, waffles or pancakes?
Ooh. Pancakes. Yeah, that's hard.
First celebrity crush?
Oh, my goodness. My first celebrity crush probably was everybody. Morris Chestnut. Morris
Chesapeake.
Morris Chestnut. He played in Boys in the Hood. Okay. Ricky. Oh my goodness. Yes, he was so hard. Yes, I love Morris Chestnut in that movie.
That's how we get the name.
He was tall and beautiful, beautiful teeth. Oh, he's just a beautiful human being. He's still the same. Yeah.
Binge watch your favorite reality show or have a deep conversation with your husband. Boom, 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 boom.
It depends on the day.
That's not what the person asked you. It said binge watch your favorite reality shows and have a deep conversation with your husband. Go, come on. Go ahead, come on. I got some more questions to go.
Deep conversation with my husband.
That's not. You're not. You said you pick a swear. You gonna say?
I'm like, binge watch my reality TV show.
And you see? And you wonder why.
Don't be nagging me. I'm not
go ahead.
People on reality TV don't nag me. Go ahead.
They don't say nothing. If you could travel back in time, what period would you go to?
Oh, what period I go to? Probably my college years. That was probably some of the best years. So probably my college years.
Sleep is better with socks or without socks?
Depends. Winter, socks. Summer, no socks.
Who's more important to a little girl growing up, mom or dad?
Mom.
That is lies. Favorite junk food?
Ooh, Twizzlers.
Favorite childhood TV show?
Oh, so many.
Pick one.
Cosby Show, Full House, all of
First one came to mind. All right, drink a gallon of water in a day or spend 3 hours straight working hard in the gym.
Water.
What naughty Halloween costume would you buy?
Naughty costume.
I know what you're going to say. It had to be the first thing that come to mind. So
nurse.
I knew you were going to say that. Cake or pie?
Oh, depends.
First thing come to mind?
Cake.
Last question. Would you rather have your kids or your parents catch you in the act of getting the yams? Your parents or your kids? Which one? Last
kids.
Shot. Your kids? You want your parents? Okay, your kids. Go back and watch that episode. This is a true story. This is fact. When you survive, just barely. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, goodness. Yes.
So thank y'all. So Miss 13, y'all try those questions out with each other. Let each other know what's going on with that place. I can't believe you wanted Ricky from Boys in the Hood.
Let me tell you something.
That's okay. You want to go. You already went time. We don't got to go. I just said.
We're in Primo.
No, we're not in Primo. We're out of Primo now. We're in put out mode. That's what we're in.
Whose house?
Bruh's house. Okay, so so defining nagging, right? So you kind of brought something earlier. Defining nagging. What does nagging mean? What does it look like? I went to Webster. It says of a person constantly harassing someone to do something. Nagging, constantly harassing someone to do something. So as you think about nagging, are you constantly harassing your spouse, your family members, your kid, whoever? Are you constantly harassing them to do something? So the question for us is, who nags more, me or you? Who nags more, me or you?
Jeffrey.
Dana nags more, I think, because that's why I'm gonna say. I'm gonna drop receipts for mine, right? So you nag more on. I don't think you see like what's happening, what the good part is, right? So I could do this. I could wash the clothes, dry the clothes, fold them up, and it'll be I could like wash the dishes, get those things done. It'll be like some mail or something on top of this thing. She'll come on. Oh, this house is in a mess. Oh, this house is in a mess, and I'll be like, And so I think what typically happens. I'm gonna do this too. We look at what our pet peeves are and think that is the totality of what's going on. Am I telling the truth or am I telling the truth? Did you hear what I'm saying? Am I telling the truth? You listen to what I'm saying? See that?
You listen to what I'm saying? Me. No.
Receipts, with the receipts, boo. Okay. If you're gonna come to the thing, I get you drop a receipt right there. You'll see the papers on this thing on the countertop. It can be the whole house can be speaking. This house is a mess. I'm sick of getting everybody's stuff up. When it doesn't necessarily get the facts. It's just being opinionated because she don't like papers on the thing. So she translates that to everything else is a mess. So am I telling the truth or telling the truth?
I think that's inaccurate. Okay, I believe it used to be that way, but now that you are pretty much at home majority of the time because you work from home. Okay. I believe now I do express my concern because you are here and I get it, you working or whatnot, but I believe that you what's what I'm looking for? It's just like stuff just be everywhere. The kids, and I feel like now everybody's getting older. Everybody be able to pick up after themselves. I don't have to do everything anymore. Especially since I'm the one that's actually leaving the house and going to work. Wow. I mean, that's no shade. I'm not saying it is what it is. I'm just explaining where our situation.
We're practicing listening here to other person's situation. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I just said wow. Some of you say it made me say wow. But keep going. I'm going to give you space. I want to hear what you have to say.
So I'm just saying, before I was really interrupted,
just say wow.
I'm just saying that, I just feel like that everybody could take their role or whatnot. So, and I think I believe we both equally nag. Because I do know I have a way of asking for certain things, especially when we're about to have company and stuff over. Oh, I go ham. I'm like, I need this house speaking Spanish.
Wow.
But I mean,
that's important to you. Then.
Yeah.
I'm here to say it's important.
Yeah,
to you.
I mean, it's important to me. My home is a representation of me.
Who told you?
So,
who told you?
Child, life.
Some indoctrinated. Yes. You had to go to the wild.
But anyway, so and then I know I nag him on some things, but he also nag me on some things. And if you want me to be very specific on
yes, I would love that.
He nags me on getting my clothes up. He nags me.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me finish.
You want to listen? I thought you wanted to go into.
No, I'm listening. Okay. He also nags me on drinking my water. He nags me on with the kids, like if I do something for the kids or something like that, he nags me with the kids. Like
say more about that. What does that mean? What do you mean negative?
Like for example, like if I do something for the kids, I'm ready to get something for the kids. They be like, they don't need nothing. You just be, Jump is just so like. There's just some things he just don't even say. It's just nasty. Like
I don't even voice verbally say.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
nag you through how what body language.
Like your body language, the way you be looking at something. Like if I go and I get something and then you come in, you be like, oh, so you ain't get nobody else nothing to eat. But I'm just like, you don't eat what we eat. So my thing is, what do you want me to do?
I want you to be
my thing is, and so I used to cook even more. But Jeff decided to go completely vegan, and so now it makes things a little bit challenging. And so, and what I was doing, let me tell you what I was doing. What I was doing was I had to go to one restaurant for me, go to another restaurant for Malia and Jace, then go pick up Jeff something. But then when I realized something, I was like, but dang, Jeff got plenty of money, so I don't need, I don't have to, And so, I gave you a warning. I gave you 4 warning. I was like, Jeff,
you're not gonna feed me no more.
I said, no, I didn't say that. I said, Jeff, I'm no longer going to spend money on you because I feel like I was spending my money.
Wow.
And you was reaping all the benefits from it. And so I was like, I'm done. So I'm just being totally honest and transparent here. And let's see, what else? Oh,
hold on. That was just one. Because you got your two out. So
okay. I can go on.
I can tell. You were ready to shoot. When I did the 13. You did 13. All right. So let me just say this, right? So I feel like I'm super easy to be with in terms of what requirements do I have. So let's talk about that for a second. What requirements do I have of you as a spouse, as a person? Let me go down a list just go down. So most women would say this. I don't know most women. I would. This is what my mind would think. I could be wrong. Please correct me in the comments. If not, I would come and just say hey to us too. All right. So one thing most women have to do is cook a meal for their family, wash, dry, and fold the clothes. Continue to keep the house while also working. I said, you know what? I'm going to take a lot of those things away. So you just mentioned there the food part. You said you cut off. Or whatever. You didn't say that. You said I'm just joking. Okay, you didn't say that. Let me keep going. So you understand? I was just joking. Okay, food wise, you said everything you just said, right? So the clothes. I washed my own. I came in.
But you've been washing your own clothes.
But
we all wash. I wash everybody's clothes separately.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you're saying, is that a bonus though? Do you think it's a bonus of like you don't have to wash my clothes? Is that a bonus? You're in court. You're in court.
I'm not understanding your question.
I'm saying, is that something you don't have to worry about?
Oh no, I don't worry about washing your clothes. But I never had to wash your clothes. Though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you don't have to nag, or I don't have to nag you about, hey, when you wash clothes, or vice versa, right? We just it is what it is. Handle the situation. So it breaks down to, and I also support. We also do the same thing for kids and all that things. So what I was saying is, girl, you blessed. That's what you really.
Okay. That's
so you don't think that's what it is?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And we gonna move right.
So no, I just want to hear your answer real quick. We can move to the next piece. But you don't think that that's a benefit? You don't think that's if you went to the car lot and they said this car will wash itself?
But you know what, Jeffrey, you're becoming more and more cocky.
How's that cocky? I'm just saying.
Yeah. You.
No. Okay. Well, tell me how that's cocky. I'm gonna listen to that.
You just like you should be grateful for me. Like, my thing is,
what should I say? Give me something else to say that. Let's say that you had a car, right? And the car washed itself. Everybody else was like, man, I gotta get here and wash my car. But you've been accustomed to a car that washes itself, so it becomes a regular part of what your day-to-day thing. You're just like, oh, y'all wash your car? My car washes itself. What I'm saying is, if somebody else came to you, like, wow, that is a blessing. Not to be bradful, that's a blessing that your car washes itself. Mm-hmm. And so, what if the driver? I'll put myself in the place. If I didn't realize that that was an added benefit to have the car washing itself, how could I know that that's even a positive? Or I just don't think that's factory setting of just like, you know what? All cars should wash themselves, right? That's the experience I had with cars. Okay. They wash themselves. Does that make sense?
All right. I'm learning just how.
No, I'm saying you know. I want to hear your opinion. No.
I mean, no, you're right, Jeffrey. You're very.
Are you saying that, or you really mean it?
No, I mean it.
Okay. All right. We try to. So, I be trying to pull out her words into the sea. Okay. So we talk about nagging though, and so how do you get past that? Because somebody listening, watching it today on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Wherever they listen.
Why you got that?
I drop it down. I don't know why I do that.
I don't know why you do that. You take up more time and space by doing that. You know that.
You taking up more time? Okay, so but
Lord, where will come with me? I don't know.
Never. So all right. Some people are nagging, right? Some people do nag. So one thing that you want to think about is how do you get past the nagging? So when off the nag that you just named, what do you typically do? How does it typically happen? Like, what do we typically do in those moments when you nag? Just at a point, or I nag, or whatever. Do you say something about it? Do you do what's being asked of you to nag?
Oh, no, I definitely don't do what's
Why? That's what I want to hear from you now. Why is that? It's some type of defiance that you feel like it's something. That's the root of it.
Because it's like, dude, like, we decided when we became a partner, like, we decided, hey, we become this partnership, we are a team. Okay. Like, my thing is no person is greater than the other. Like, we on equal playing field. Like, I respect you as my significant other. Like, all of that. Like, and so when you have somebody, like I said, when you have somebody that's constantly nagging you or telling you things that you should do, like, I didn't ask for another parent. I love my mama. I love my daddy. You know what I'm saying? I love how, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I didn't ask for another parent. I asked for a significant other. And so I'm going to be honest with y'all, I tune out. Like, I check out. Like it's nothing. I'm like, okay. Like, because I don't like it when people, I don't like nagging. And I think the older that I'm becoming, like, the more, and I shared this before, the older that I'm becoming, the more I prefer peace. Like, it's nothing like a peace of mind. Like, I feel like there's so much obstacles that's already fighting you in the world, right? There's so many things that's coming against you in the world and with careers and all of that stuff. So then, like, to come into your home, it's just like, child, I don't got time for that. Like, I just feel like it's just too much. And especially for a person, for me, and Jeff, you know this, like, I don't like conflicts. I love peace in my life. You get it a and so, like,
can I put a quote in real quick? So the conflict side of it, if you in a relationship with another person that grew up different than you, that's a different gender, whatever the situation is, you will have conflict. So what would you suggest for a person like you? Because I know there's people like you that are typically like, you know what, I don't want to. So men have done this most of the time. I've heard like somebody say, hey, this is it right here. Take the trash out. Take the trash out. And so I heard women say, why can't he just take the trash out? So in the conflict, in the same thing you're saying, if they go that route, I'm just going to tune out. More conflict happens. Like, tuning out doesn't solve the conflict. If I'm not taking out the trash, you want me to take the trash out. So we're going to talk about something in just a minute about what we can do. I'm going to see what I do. So when you come to me, I'll sometimes just do it, just be like, man, just get it out the way. I ain't got to hit on us about this. Just get it done. Sometimes I may do the same thing too. Of like, that point, nobody wants another parent. I think the balance is if something needs done, right? So you're saying about those papers is the only thing. You want me to get those papers off. I may not feel like that may not be my thing. Or those clothes. Last night I was on the past, I was like, hey, all right, we already got your clothes out. We stacked your other clothes up there. Your eyes was like, and that was my first time saying something about it. I didn't say anything. Do you feel like that was nagging? If somebody says it one time.
I think it's about the context, though. I think it goes back to the context. Like, I think it's easy for somebody. I think it goes just back what I stated earlier. It's easy for us to point out what's wrong with other people, right? And so for me, you'll be like, dang, like, it's been a long day. Like, she's been gone most of the day. Like, but I still try to make time for us to go together as a dinner as a family. Then on, Saturday was a long day. It had been a long week. You know what I'm saying? So it's still like the content.
So make it plain for me.
I just think it just wasn't a time. Like, it just wasn't. Because at that point, it was already 8 o'clock. I was just making it into the house. Yeah, 8:30. We just making it to the house. So at this point, I just really wanted to sit there, watch TV, like nothing. And it's like, oh, yeah, your clothes are there. And it's just like, well, dang, here come another tour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
okay.
It's just like, look at the context. And, it reminds me of, like, how it used to be, like, growing up, like, if a husband came home from work, especially for those who the husband was the main provider, when the husband used to come home from work, and, like, if the wife was like, time he came around and he sit down, he'd be like, oh, yeah, you gonna take out the trash, you gonna paint, you gonna do, that's why I see, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's kind of like, it becomes too much. It's like, dang, like, I literally just, I just sat down. So yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna see you in these couple ways coming up of what can you do though? Because you can either say just leave them right there, let the clothes just stack up, or the trash just stack up, or whatever like that. And also too, under what you're saying of there's a peaceful time between, so you don't feel like you're bombarding the person too. So yeah, so okay, cool. So we're gonna talk about that because I wonder what y'all doing. So drop in the comments too. Is there anything that you already doing that you're like, hey, I feel like this, I do this. Help somebody else out.
Right, so, exactly. But now one thing we do not nag about is something that we both love doing.
What's that?
Taking a vacation.
Yes. Especially away from the kids. Away from the kids.
So whether you do it with or without the kids, with the mercury rising and people get more vaccinated and couples are looking for somewhere to go, right?
Yep.
But it's kind of like, we're busy. How do we find the time to plan? Like, a lot of people don't like planning. You told me this. A lot of people don't like planning vacations and whatnot. But where you want to find the best locations, where you want to find somewhere that's safe, that you want to find, of course, the best deals, right? And then, of course, where you want to book cultural experiences and find the best locations for #couple goals pictures.
Yeah, I've been working out all year, so I'm going naked this time.
Yes. So we recommend like a travel agency, a travel professional
to make life easier.
Yes.
Registered travel agents are attuned to travel trends, have great relationships with a variety of hotel and resort chains, and travel extensively themselves so they can provide real life recommendations. We love Summer Breeze Vacations for curating luxury experiences in the Caribbean and Mexico. We almost died in Mexico. It was fun.
Yes,
it was
yes.
fun. Good time.
We're going back to Mexico this year.
Yes, it's going to be fun. We're going back. Yes. If warm sun, turquoise waters, and cool Caribbean breezes are calling your name.
And a Mai Tai.
Yes, a little taste. Check out sbvacations.com. sbvacations.com. The Summer Breeze Vacation team caters to the most discerning of couples seeking 5-star accommodations and bespoke itineraries that focus on what is important to each unique couple, from anniversary trips to honeymoons and baby moons. Not for us, it's baby moons, to simply just because trip. Let the Summer Breeze Vacation team take the pain out of planning so that you can sit back, relax, and enjoy your romantic getaway.
Yeah, so go ahead and check out Summer Breeze Vacations, SB as in boy vacations.com, and tell the owners Shakita Miller and Carmen Atkins, and tell the owners Shakita Miller and Carmen Atkins that the Mister sent you.
Yeah, tell them you're part of the MFs. Let them know.
And go ahead and drop that Instagram handle, Jeffrey.
Yes, that's Summer Breeze Luxury Vacation. It's at Summer Breeze Luxury Vacations. Check them out. I'm telling y'all, most of the naggers probably coming from, we stuck together. I got to see your face. I got to see you come out the bathroom, come out this thing. We need to get away to some blue waters. All right, some smooth Mai Tais, some nice little kicking back, reading on the beach.
Bahama
Mama. Yes. Sit back. Hey, get in the shower, somebody else shower. You ain't got to worry about cleaning up when you leave. Somebody come in there and clean it up, right?
Yes.
SB Vacations. Tell them we sent you. Tell them Mr. sent y'all. All right?
Yes.
So, all right, how do you break the cycle of nagging is what we're talking about. Go on vacation. That's one thing. That's one thing that helps us. That's what probably kept us all the time. Could go vacation. I don't know. We probably would have made it. So SB Vacation.
Never
we probably
would have made it.
Hey, never. So, all right, we looked up 6 ways that you can break the cycle of nagging. Maybe you're tired of nagging, maybe you're tired of being nagged, maybe you just get home and you don't want to fold them clothes up. Them clothes been sitting there for a couple of days, so you want to say something to the person, but you don't want them to get mad at you. You know what I'm saying? So how do we break this cycle of nagging and you feel some type of way when they say something about what you should have been doing?
So, number 1, watch your words. It's natural to feel exasperated if you feel your spouse isn't pulling their weight around the house. But the last thing you want to do is put your partner on the defensive. How can you avoid this? Simply put, listen to the way you're asking your partner for help. How you think you're saying things. Honey, I would really appreciate it if you did the dishes while I'm at work. How you're actually saying things. How are you so oblivious that you don't even see these dishes piling up while I'm at work? As we can see from this example, your words and the way you make requests of your spouse, instead of making them feel guilty or belittled, phrase it in a way that makes them feel good. I would really appreciate your help with. It always makes me feel good when. You're my hero when. And the above openers are great conversational starters. Okay, let me try this.
Okay, cool. So let's put this into practice. So I want y'all to practice this too. All right. So we're going to take what you already see. I'm going to see if we can practice.
Okay. Jeffrey, you're my hero when you fix the refrigerator and when you fix the gates.
Okay. Cool. All right. See, that sounds better than what were you saying before?
Jeffrey, it's been 7 months since I've been asking for the gate to be fixed, When are you gonna fix the gate? As well as it's been a month for the refrigerator still leaking water. When is it gonna be fixed?
Okay, so let's see that.
So Jeffrey, you are my hero when you call somebody and ask
Why can't I?
Jeffrey, you are my hero when you fix the fence and when you fix the refrigerator.
Oh, okay, good. Let me try it too. Okay, so one of my pet peeves is when people eat something and leave like leftover food in there. I just don't understand. Just run a little water in there. So that could be one thing that could come off as nagging. I don't know, but I'm gonna try this and see. So watch my words. Then I would really appreciate your help with the dishes if you wash those out when you finish eating or pour your old dusty milk that you leave in for us. If they go left, let's try one time. Okay, then let me see. It always makes me feel good when you wash your bowl out. Does that sound better than what I said the first time? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. We might make some headway then. So watch your words. Okay, 2. Don't believe in mind reading. Any marriage therapist will tell you that your spouse cannot read your mind. Mm-hmm. Watch out now. And so you can start by sending out little cues that you want X or Y, but if they don't catch on by the time you get to Z, it's time to start communicating with your words. So don't believe in mind reading. Mm-hmm. Have you ever wanted me to know what's in your mind?
Yeah, I'm sure I have. I'm sure after 15 years, I'm sure there's something else.
You said once or twice?
Oh, I'm sure. Probably more than
Being able to communicate, though, that's something that is a learned skill set, though. And if you didn't see it growing up or you didn't have it, typically you go back to what your standard thing is. So it may not be communicating that, so you'll be able to get to a place. So don't believe in mind reading. Also, too, not only does it save your spouse from playing a guessing game, but it also saves you a lot of frustration. So some people talk about, this is something you talk about too, scheduling sex. We have to schedule sex. Some people say it takes away, from the thrill of getting it. Some people say it takes away from guessing, like I'm rolling the dice today. So the thing is, if you want some yams from me, and I'm like, I'm covering up, I got my mask on, you like, you ain't finna get none of this. And so I would be expecting you to be my mind because I put this mask on my face at the time. And you may be like, well, listen, it's been a full day. I want some of that good yams right there. Mm-hmm. So like being able to communicate that before that time comes up, I think big case. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make it a shared decision. One way to stop nagging and start by being proactive is by getting your partner involved. Problem solving isn't something you should do on your own. Do it together. What your job is it? Mommying or daddying your spouse and telling them what to do. Okay. What your job is it? Hold on.
I want to put a quarter. I want to restate what you just said. I was going to say that sentence you just said of what your job isn't, what my job isn't, is not to be your mother or your Listen, because I would have got that bill a long time.
Okay. What your job is to come together as a couple and work at healthy conflict resolution. Identify the problem you're having in any kind of respectful manner. Then ask your partner to weigh in on how to resolve the conflict at hand. The keys to great problem solving are empathy, communication, and listening to each other.
Okay, pause there for a second then. Mm-hmm. Is there anything in what you just read? What you just read for number 3? Is there anything you just read from that of making a shared decision? Is that something that comes natural to you? Does it come natural to you? What's easy? What you feel like is something that doesn't come easy?
Oh, making decisions come easier for me. I can make a decision so it's harder for me to come and ask for feedback when it comes to that.
Oh, why is that? Do you have a reason?
No, because that's how my mom make the decisions.
So what we saw, that's the point I was going to make. You hit it right on the head. Did your mom have to get anybody else's opinion on her decision, or she just kind of made decisions?
Well, for 12 years, no. She made the decisions. And then when she got married, I think it was challenging for her as well to get.
Oh, because she had that experience of, I've been making decisions in place. And so that's the thing about.
But you have to ask her even more, invite her on.
I would love to. Listen, Gigi, come on. I would love to get that on. I'm trying to set that up. And get that down. But being able to come together and say that. What is about us then? Do you think that I'm going to disagree with what you're saying? Like when you come and make a decision, you think I'm gonna disagree with what you're saying, or what's the fear behind? I know you said you didn't see your mom doing that. What's the fear behind coming and saying, "All right, this is something I want to do, but I need to get his thoughts on it first before I make the decision." What is the fear? Is there a fear, or is it something that if I do, then maybe he will disagree? Or what are the thoughts? Because I feel like a lot of people have that same boat of, you know what, I'm gonna do this, or like women who go shopping and then put the clothes in the trunk and then try to stick them in like that, or men who go and buy, whatever, and they'd be like, hold on, this is supposed to be we supposed to have this for a thing or whatever like that, right? What do you think is at the core piece of that?
I'm not for sure, but now I try to think on it as well. Like, I think that's something we both need to work on it, because now that I think about it as well, I don't believe you necessarily come to me as well. I mean, because I think your mom, even though your mom and dad was in a relationship, I still think your mom made majority of the decisions for sure. So I think that's just one of those things that we both probably just need to work on for sure, like making decisions or discussing the decision. And I think another thing too is understanding, like, sometimes you have to just agree to disagree as well. Like I think for me, if I come to you about making a decision and if you say no, then
make you feel some type of way?
It's gonna make me feel some type of way. And I'm gonna be like, look, I won't do it anyway.
See that?
So, and I don't want to be disrespectful towards you.
So you just want to do that. Thank you, though. And so I'm fine. Listen, I'm gonna say this. Both of us grew up where, like, the woman made more decisions in the situation. That was fine for them. I grew up thinking that I didn't want that same situation for myself. So mine was, as a man, I need to be involved in the situation. So what my quandary is when I come to you in a situation, I was like, well, did you come to me and say that? He's like, oh, no, I didn't say it. So that'd be my thing of like, okay, especially if I'm involved in if the consequences come with me, then I feel like if I'm involved in it and it goes south, good, I made the decision with it. But I feel like if somebody else made the decision and it goes south, then
can I give for example?
Yeah, please.
For example, like I came to you about the fence and I was like, hey, what is the game plan for the fence?
So that's not what I said.
Yeah, wait a minute. You was like, I don't know, it's gonna get fixed. Like,
no, I think it is. I fixed it. The fence is, the things were down. Let me give it a little context. The things, I hammered them back in. So,
but you can't get. I think the thing about it is not fixed. You just put a Band-Aid on a wound. Yes. So it's not fixed.
That's correct.
And so my question was,
it's not
fixed. Point blank, period.
You can get it out of there.
No, you cannot. If you squeeze through there.
But
my question was, and so I came to Jeff and I was like, so do we need to call somebody? What you mean? I fixed the fix.
You see how the voice inflection? I just want to say the voice inflection.
You said, I fixed it. I said, so what is the game plan? Because the fix is not fixed. Yeah. And so my thing is, and so again, is the fact that men get upset when women, men get upset when women take charge. Because for me, I'm a person of, if I see a problem, to fix it. Whatever is, so, and my thing is, and so, but there have been two or three things that, okay, hold on. Ooh, let me back it up. Hold on. I am. So, I'm not. So it's things like, okay, so the fence was one, and the refrigerator. Our refrigerator started leaking. Of course, we've been in our home for 13 years, so of course, you know everything going. So the refrigerator started leaking. Again, I said, Joe, when are we going to do something? I've been working on His idea of fixing it is putting the towel down to capture the water.
I did
not. I promise you, I did not. So my thing is, I think sometimes as men, you guys put Band-Aids on things versus fixing. So yes.
Okay, let me give a response to that. First thing, on the last few days, have you seen the water from the refrigerator? I ain't said nothing. I was gonna see if she said something. When it's problem, have you seen the water from the refrigerator? Okay. Have you seen anything? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
No, I did. I have.
Okay, could you speak into the mic?
I have not.
You've seen the water. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so there was the big energy when it was a little dripping. Now it's not leaking anymore. Oh, I haven't said not a word, not a peep, not a, oh, you must have done something. I haven't said nothing.
I saw a little water.
This
the first moment. So I didn't know if this or not.
This is the first moment we have said that. The fence situation is I go by what is in order. So as the general for the family, men, this is what we're trying to push to. There are gonna be things that you have to say, you know what, that is something we need to do. But there are some other things that are in priority, a little bit above that. It may not go off well in those family
meetings. The fence been broke for 8 months.
And it's been you.
But my thing is, it's not like you can't.
Hear me out.
But stop being cheap, son, and get the fence fixed. Like it's a.
Could I finish my?
No, you're not. Stop being cheap.
It's about strategic. We're able to pay this house. You think we're able to pay this house off from following? I had to set a pattern for this. You gotta be a leader. And sometimes as a leader, it won't be what you want things to be. So that's what you gotta do. It takes empathy. This is what I want to have. She wanted empathy with those clothes. Oh, have empathy on me because I had a full day. I want to sit back and watch my reality. Have empathy with me. When there's other ways. Maybe you have empathy for that man. Because men, that's why men die quicker. We're supposed to be able to do everything without having any feelings. I try to communicate that and say, you know what? I would like a little empathy here. I would like a little empathy there. Can I say that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you feel like you giving empathy in these moments?
Jeff, I've been giving you empathy.
I'm just yes or no. Do you feel like you give empathy?
Jeff, I've been giving you empathy.
I'm not saying 8 months. I'm saying, do you feel like you give empathy?
Jeff, I've been giving empathy for 8 months.
You came and told me.
Okay, let's move forward.
You right. We need to move forward. Because this episode, listen, you about to be out of here. You about to be. You about to get a oops slip in your mouth. Okay, so number 4 is take a marriage course. Take a marriage course. You can get with us. We do marriage championing. We do marriage, not necessarily counseling, but like marriage coaching. We've been in this game 15 years. Holler at us. We need some marriage. Taking a marriage course. I love these things, right? So this is something that I love to do. So there are a lot of different marriage courses you can look at. This podcast is a marriage course. You kind of go through and seeing, like this right now, you're the marriage course right now. But there are strategic things you can do and saying, hey, this is where we struggle. Let's communicate that. Let's put forth the energy to make sure that happens. And then let's follow up afterwards. So, in having accountability. So, for example, if the garbage is something that's a struggle for you guys, let's talk about that and say, you know what? This makes me feel blah, blah, blah. You're gonna hit the garbage. Okay, I didn't know you felt that way. I just thought you were just nagging because I'm coming off the thing. Okay, so what is it like in the follow-up? So, if I say I'm gonna take the garbage out on Friday, for our Friday, and if I don't take it out, I can't get mad when there's a follow-up and say, hey, this week, did you take the garbage out? Or vice versa, you know what I'm saying, vice versa. I think that's where the conflict comes in. When I'm wrong, just the same thing. If I'm late for work 28 times, and then my supervisor comes to me and says, hey, you late for work 28 times, and then I get mad at him for coming in for what I'm doing, I have to be able to accept some responsibility for myself and say, you know what? There's some truth to this. It don't feel good. But there's some truth to me not taking the trash out or me coming to work late. And it could be whatever situation. Are you mature enough to be able to accept that? So, you know what? It is true. How can we get that? Peace out. So, yeah, to be able to do it.
Number 5, get your partner to hear you. No partner wants to be a nag, and the argument could be made that if the spouse or child did what they asked the first time, they would have to keep it, which unfortunately stops nagging. And very fair point. But harping at people doesn't usually get the job done. So how do you get someone to listen without nagging them? The best way to get your partner to listen to you and avoid ending up in a marriage course for couples on the brink of destruction is to get them to see things from your perspective. Mm-hmm. Relate your situation to something they can understand. One stay-at-home mom and homemaker worked hard to keep her house neat and tidy, but her construction worker husband would come home and walk through the freshly mopped hardwood floors without his dusty boots on. Mm-hmm. She asked him to take his boots off repeatedly, but he never seemed to follow through.
She flipped it on him though.
So one day she said to him, keeping the house clean is my job, just like doing drywall is your job. When you come home and walk through the house with your boots on after I just finished cleaning, it's as if I came to your construction site, ripped down the drywall you put up today. Do you see how I could find this to be frustrating? The wife used an example to the husband could understand, and so that he became more empathetic to her desires.
So for us, I need to find some way that you can see it, so it don't sound like I'm sounding like your father. Because I would have told that to you up a long time. But being able to say, But being able to relate that, so like an example, he was able to see, like, okay, that is. That'd be messed up if I didn't work all day in the tree site. You go and tear the drywall down, that's a problem. She's saying the same thing with you walking across the floor. Even though it's not your specialty and what bothers you, there's pet peeves, being able to share those pet peeves and see it from a different direction. So the food or those papers. So me, it don't bother me, the papers, but if it bothers you, I need to try to do that. Or those clothes. Those clothes, you know what? I'm going to proactively go and get them. Dramatic pause. Last thing, the last one. Do it yourself if possible. If you want something done, do it right yourself. And then sometimes, this is it. But this is the line between this thing. Is sometimes you have to
think
about.
That's the best way yet.
You see that? Have you been drinking? Are you like water?
Just water.
Well, okay, good. So, and that's what she said is, it's not fun being with me if you want to like have cheat days. I'm not the person that's going to motivate you for cheat days, right? So like she talking about water. She was like, and you nagged me about the water. So if you tell me, oh, can I go this little short story real quick? When we first started dating, she was addicted to wild cherry Pepsi. Taco Bell version.
I was.
She was addicted to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, strung out. I found on the streets. I cleaned off. Gave her some, brought her in. But, and so, once we started dating each other, I was drinking water. She's like, okay, cool. She started drinking more water. So, look at that. So, I'm not taking all credit, but I'm saying, you try to drink more water. It feels some type of way. So, but what happens is now, typically, sometimes anything you struggled with before, you may have something, anything. You know what I'm saying? You typically have some moments you like, you know what? Want me a little drink, want me a little taste of whatever it is. Not drink, but you know what I'm saying, in the point of this situation. And so if I was gently remind you saying, hey, oh, this would be the thing, right? So on the weekdays, it would always be like, hey, I drank all my water at work. And it'll be the weekend. I'd be like, Dana, hey, you drink your water today? She'd be like, I drink. You didn't go to work today. It's Saturday. And it'd be But what I'm saying is, I would want to know, my follow-up question would be like, okay, I don't want to sound like I'm your dad, but I also want you to drink water. So, and that's something you named before in a more sober time of seeing things clear. And so sometimes doing it yourself can be, okay, let me say something. Or if something's on the thing, let me pick it up myself. I'm not going to say anything about it. But like being able to, like some of it's accountability though. Like some of it is, accountability don't feel good. Like somebody telling you something that you know you said you should do, but you're not doing. And same thing, vice versa. If somebody's telling me something of like, if your kids say get off the phone, right? If your kids say get off the phone, you're like, two ways you respond. Like, man, this look, you ain't never a little kid. Well, I can be like, hey, this is something you're trying to do. So do it yourself if possible, but being able to communicate that in a showing grace, showing mercy, but being able to communicate that to get that down. So communication is key though. Out of everything we talked about today, communication is key. Being able to communicate that, not running away from conflict, showing grace when you need to show grace and empathy when you need to show empathy. Any takeaways you missing?
That's pretty much
pretty good right there.
Yeah.
What's one thing you want me to work on?
No, how about you just say one thing you will work on?
I thought about that. I'm gonna tell you why I went against that. Because this is what I could do. I could say, you know what? I'm going to work on something I'm already doing, so it doesn't feel, I don't want to be challenged. No,
but my thing is, you can say what you are going to work on, and then if it's not something that lines up, then I can challenge.
Okay. All right. One thing I'm taking away from this is to not come off as a parent, as a dad. And so what I could do is, so I'm gonna lead to you. How can I? So let's say, for example,
I think listening. I think not interrupting, but listening to hear the person out and coming up with solutions. So, like for example, if I bring you a situation regarding the fence, what is a solution to getting it fixed? You know what I'm saying? So I think listening as well as bringing a solution.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. All right. You go.
And I will work on with consulting with you regarding different things.
Like what? I need to know specifically. Like, you give me one so I can make sure I'm clear.
Like different projects or something like that around the house.
Okay. That's good. What I was going to say is just not. I would say staying in conflict. So if there's a conflict between us, staying in that conflict until we either have some solutions or something that we can try. You feel that's possible? I thought your eyes kind of gave a different meaning.
No, I mean, like, I think at the end of the day, though, I think everybody needs if they need a break. Like, you know, the other day when we had a bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or whatnot, and you felt like you needed a break.
I needed 5 minutes.
You needed 5 minutes. So I think everyone should be able to.
Oh, that's fair. I'm agree with that. So, what I'm saying is, after that point, so you have to give it a point in time that you come to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, we'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
With the camera. Okay, cool. So if nothing else, ask your partner the same question we just got a chance to ask each other right there is, are there any things you feel like I nag you on? And then listen to it, and how does that make you feel? And last question is, what could we do so that the goal is done and you don't feel like I nag you? So I think that's a good question. What can we do, right? So then I'm not giving you something, I'm not sounding like a parent, and you don't feel like you're being nagged. Hopefully you don't. But I mean, if paying the light bill or something you struggle on, and so it needs to be done with these lights, but I don't want to feel like I'm nagging you to do it. So both of you guys give suggestions. Don't walk away from it. Give suggestions. You need 5 minutes, 10 minutes, get 10 minutes, come back, give a suggestion. Get to that place right there. All right. So if you all get through this episode, which is highly likely, but you made it. So give each other Mr. Mantras where we look at each other, regardless where you all get through the whole episode. Look at each other. Look at each other now. There you go. And say, I like you, I love you, and I want you. Give a little sugar.
Well, that's our show for today.
Yes, it is. It is. Thank y'all. Go and tell somebody, man, about #1 rated relationship and marriage podcast in the world. Laughing Out Loud podcast with Mr. and Mrs. Miss. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're here every Tuesday. Pop in with us. Yes. Also, go and support SBVacations.com.
Yes.
Go on a trip with each other.
Yes.
Leave them little dusty kids at home and get you a break.
And take a trip with your family, too. Definitely, just.
I do like taking trips with family. What I want to do is, we are the original two. And this is a whole other, we can get into a whole other topic. This is something, because there's one person every family that's a family-oriented Disney, and Disney cruise. And then there's one person like, you know what? You the only person, not Joker's family. The rest of the Joker just popped out and we cut cold.
But you have to keep in mind, you have to embrace that tie with each other, because everybody can tell you they grow up so fast. So I think it's just finding that balance. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and end this show. We love you guys, and we pray that you have an amazing week.
Yes, and thank you guys for watching. And we love you. God loves you. And ain't nothing you can do about it. All right, sing us out. Laugh, learn, love.
Laugh, learn, love.
Come on.
Laugh, learn, love.
With Mr. and Mrs. Mister.
Laugh, learn, love.
On the beat.
Laugh, learn, love.
Yeah.
Laugh, learn, love.
With Mr. and Mrs. Mister. Yeah.
And that's our show.
Hey, love y'all, man. Go and love somebody today. Smile with your finding somebody self.